So, Randy, as you may or may not realize from what I'm wearing, I am actually doing this on Monday. And the reason for that is because this is my first day of school. Well, my first day of my sophomore year of college, and it really got me thinking about a lot of things. So I just had a lot of ideas in my mind, and you're not here, so it's really easy for me to record and not worry about you hearing it. So I thought this was probably the best time to do it. And I'll try to have a more interesting background in the future. It's just right now, this is the best space for me to do this. I've been thinking about a lot of things, and one of the things that I've been thinking about is my French. Now, I already told you a little bit about that, but I'm going to go on further for anyone else who's listening. So today, when I walked into my French class, my French professor decided that the best way to introduce us to the class was to completely introduce herself in French. The problem with this, of course, being that most of us didn't have enough French to totally understand what she was saying. A lot of it I could follow, but sometimes she talks so fast, it was really hard to keep up with her. And that really got me to thinking about study abroad. I've talked with you a lot about how in the future I really, really want to study abroad. And because of the way that school works and graduation and everything, the best time for me to do that would be my junior year of college. That's next year. Next year, I'm supposed to have a strong enough level of French that I can at least carry on a conversation with someone who's been speaking it since they were a child. And I know a lot of people who will say, well, that's the point. You're going to France to get a better understanding of French. But at the same time, that really seems alienating to me. When I sat in the cafeteria today and ate lunch, it was kind of lonely. And then I thought about going to France and how that would mean not only having to meet an entirely new group of people, but having to meet an entirely new group of people that I can barely communicate with. And I know that's something that Nina struggled with a lot, and oftentimes she would tell me that she was lonely or that she was scared or that she felt like she couldn't connect with anyone. And I didn't really know what to tell her because I was in my element. I was in my home state, albeit away from home, but in a way with my own people, and she wasn't. But I think in the end, I'll have to figure out whether the good outweighs the bad in the situation. Is living for a year in France, living away from everyone, worth it to get the kind of education that I want, to get the kind of life experience I want? I can't really say. That's something I'll definitely have to think about. My other classes were a lot of fun too, and I'm really looking forward to them, but they didn't leave me with as big a question. If this project continues on like we hope it will, I have to wonder, in a year's time, will I be doing this from France? Will there be a beautiful background behind me and no one will understand what I'm saying? Or will I still be sitting in the closet of my apartment making a video like this, wondering if I truly made the best decision or if I made a big mistake? A lot can change in a year. That's really hard to say, but a lot can. I mean, a year ago, you were at Del Mar, you were in Corpus. I barely saw you, and now I almost see too much of you. But overall, I think that's something I'm gonna have to think about. I'm sorry if this video isn't super cheesy or super high energy or something, but it's really what I thought about after I left that classroom and what I continued to think about while I ate lunch and while I rode the bus home. And it's for that reason that I thought I needed to share, if not with you, then with the internet. So hopefully my Thursday video will be a little more cheerful. We'll just have to wait and see. Randy? Randy? I'll see you on Thursday.